You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another TV show review. Another one I've been meaning to do for a while, but hadn't gotten around to yet, so here we finally are, boys. And today we'll be reviewing Garth Marenghi's Darkplace, which is a British comedy that was done in 2004, but is a fake 1980s horror show. Kind of like how that failed sitcom, Heil Honey, I'm Home, tried to pretend it was an old American sitcom from the 50s. Or like how in the novel version of The Princess Bride, it pretends to be an abridged version of the existing book. Because it's a meta thing, right, where there's a fake show within the show. Because supposedly it's a re-release of this old, obscure show from the 80s called Darkplace by this fictional horror author named Garth Marenghi. He's very clearly like a parody of Stephen King as well as several other authors is what they're going for, but obviously a lot more hacky. This show only had 6 episodes, because it only had 1 season, which is fine, that's kind of what was intended. But with this show, it had Matt Berry in it, who, if you don't know, he's the guy who played Douglas Renham in the IT Crowd, who's easily the best IT Crowd character, in my opinion. In fact, Matt Berry's also in another show that I watched around the same time I watched Darkplace called Snuffbox. I'll review that at some point in the future, too, but I need to finish it. It also had Richard Ayoade in it, the guy who played Moss in the IT Crowd, so it had 2 guys from the IT Crowd in it. But essentially, this show is an anthology series that each episode adapts a fictitious book that this author apparently wrote. And it also has scenes interspliced of the author giving behind-the-scenes information, and the author also plays the lead in the actual show. The plots of these episodes can be pretty fucking ridiculous. In fact, they all typically are. There's one where they turn into plants. There's one where stuff is flying around and hitting people. Turns out to be a psychic attack brought on by emotion. There's one with this giant eyeball child that Garth tries to keep, but they need to put him down. There's this one where this mist turns people into Scotsmen. Like, it's really ridiculous. There's also this recurring joke of this sick child that Garth kind of looks after in the hospital, because it all takes place in a hospital called Darkplace, where all the doctors, who are all the main characters, work. But every time they show the kid, it's a different actor, which is really funny. It's also kind of a recurring joke that the female character, whose name escapes me at the moment, is constantly getting punched in the face inadvertently, so it's really funny on that too. The show is loaded with lots of intentionally bad practical effects to give it that sort of 80s, low-budget show vibe. And the show's intro itself is also a parody of, like, old action movies and stuff like that. Every episode also ends with a monologue that's supposed to be, like, the moral of what the episode was about, which can be really funny and over the top. If you're looking for anything super deep or story-driven, don't look into it for that. Like, there is continuity, there is a story, but it's fucking ridiculous because it's a British comedy. It's a lot of fun. I do like how it parodies a lot of old B-movies, as well as classic television, and it parodies Stephen King. It parodies a lot of little things. Overall, Darkplace is a lot of fun, and if you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking it out. When we watched this one, we were sort of doing it as the after show when we were doing Red Eye Theater streams. Basically, as soon as the Red Eye Theater stream would end, if Jason was on the call with us, we'd go and watch some Darkplace, so that was a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. It is on Amazon, so you don't actually have to, like, buy it. It's included with Amazon Prime. So yeah, not a whole lot more to say. It's a pretty simple concept, very fun show, and if you like over-the-top, cheesy horror stuff, this is a nice parody and homage to that. And if you like British comedy, it's a good one. And I like Matt Berry. Matt Berry is great, so when I saw he was in it, I knew it was going to be great. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. Have a good one. Toodles!
Hey, man, let's go home.
I'm gonna fucking die here, Jack!